Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Today, we're tackling a topic that's close to my heart. Inventors. The minds behind the breakthroughs that shape our world.
I'm excited to explore that. It's always fascinating to peel back the layers and see what made these individuals tick.
Right. It's like what drives someone to dedicate their lives to solving problems and creating something entirely new.
Exactly. It's that spark of creativity, that relentless pursuit of a solution.
We've got a pretty awesome lineup of inventors to cover today. We'll be looking at them as visionaries, problem solvers, and, well, the innovators of our time, really.
Sounds like a plan. And I think we might even uncover some surprising connections along the way. Did you know that two of our featured inventors were actually rivals?
Oh, really? Now you got me intrigued.
Yeah.
All right, let's kick things off with a name synonymous with invention itself. Thomas Edison.
The Wizard of Menlo Park. It's hard to overstate his impact, really. Over 1,000 patents to his name. That's mind-boggling.
It's almost hard to fathom, right? But when you think about his inventions, it kind of makes sense. The phonograph, the motion picture camera, these weren't just incremental improvements. These were groundbreaking innovations that changed the course of history.
Absolutely. And of course, there's the incandescent light bulb. We take electric light for granted these days, but Edison's work literally illuminated the world.
It's true. Imagine suddenly night wasn't such a hard stop to activity. It changed everything from how we work to how we spend our leisure time.
Exactly. His innovations weren't just about the gadgets themselves. They were about fundamentally reshaping how we lived and worked. But while Edison was busy electrifying the world with his direct current system, there was another brilliant mind working on a different approach to electricity.
You're talking about Nikola Tesla. Right.
You got it. Now, Tesla's work on alternating current, or AC, was truly revolutionary. It wasn't just a technical improvement, it was a paradigm shift that laid the foundation for our modern power grid.
I gotta admit, electricity isn't exactly my forte. Can you break down why AC was such a big deal?
Sure. See, Edison's DC system had a major drawback. It was inefficient for transmitting power over long distances. Think of it like trying to water your garden with a really short hose. You can only reach so far.
Right, makes sense.
Tesla's AC, on the other hand, allowed electricity to be transmitted over vast distances really efficiently, thanks to these things called transformers. It's like having a magic hose that extends to any length you need.
Wow, that's a great analogy. So basically, Tesla's AC is the reason we can power entire cities from power plants located miles away.
Exactly. And it's not just AC that made Tesla such a visionary. His ideas about wireless communication and renewable energy were way ahead of their time, concepts that are more relevant now than ever.
It's kind of wild to think how someone from over a century ago could have such a profound impact on our lives today. But, there were other pioneers pushing boundaries in different fields. Like, we can't talk about groundbreaking inventors without mentioning Marie Curie.
Absolutely, a true trailblazer in every sense of the word. Not only was she the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, but she went on to win a second one in a completely different field. Talk about shattering glass ceilings in the scientific world.
It's truly inspiring, especially considering the time period and the challenges she faced.
Absolutely. Her work in radioactivity, which led to the discovery of radium and polonium, was a monumental achievement. But it also came with risks. Remember, Curie was dealing with substances that were largely unknown at the time. The dangers of radiation weren't fully understood.
It's kind of like they were venturing into the unknown with no roadmap.
Right. And her dedication to this research led to some incredible breakthroughs in medicine, especially in the treatment of cancer. But it also brought to light some important ethical considerations about the handling and use of radioactive materials.
Issues that, we're still grappling with today, for sure. It's fascinating how one person's pursuit of knowledge can have such far-reaching consequences. Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about an invention that revolutionized how we connect: the telephone.
And of course, the mastermind behind it, Alexander Graham Bell. Before the telephone, long-distance communication was a slow and tedious affair. You had to rely on letters or telegrams, which could take days or even weeks to reach their destination.
It's crazy to think about how much we take instant communication for granted now.
I know, right? Bell's invention made real-time conversations across continents a reality. It was the seed that eventually blossomed into our interconnected world.
It's mind-blowing to think how one invention could spark such a massive transformation. Okay, let's fast forward to the digital age now and talk about a modern icon who needs no introduction: Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, the man who, along with Apple, revolutionized personal computing, smartphones, and, well, the entire landscape of digital media.
The iPhone especially was a game changer. It wasn't just a phone, it was a mini computer, a camera, a music player, a gateway to the internet, all rolled into one sleek device.
Exactly. It's amazing how he managed to anticipate what people wanted even before they knew they wanted it. Jobs had this uncanny ability to understand the needs of the user and then translate that into these incredibly intuitive and elegant devices.
He really did have a knack for capturing the zeitgeist. And speaking of revolutionizing industries, we can't forget Elon Musk. I mean, this guy is everywhere. Electric vehicles with Tesla, space exploration with SpaceX, and even trying to solve the world's energy crisis with Solar City. He's like a real-life Tony Stark.
Huh. I can see the resemblance. I think what sets Musk apart is his ambition, his willingness to take on challenges that seem, well, impossible to most people. He's got this grand vision for a sustainable future for a humanity that's not limited to Earth.
Yeah. Whether you agree with everything he does or not, there's no denying that he's sparked a renewed interest in science and technology. He's shown what's possible when you combine big thinking with even bigger action.
Absolutely. And looking back at all these inventors, from Edison to Musk, what strikes me is this shared thread, a belief in human ingenuity, this drive to push the boundaries of what's possible to make the world a better place.
It's inspiring, right? They weren't just tinkering in their workshops, they were actively shaping the future.
And their stories are a reminder that the spirit of invention lives within all of us. We all have the potential to make a difference, to come up with creative solutions to the challenges we face.
That's a great point. We might not all be Edisons or Teslas, but we can all strive to approach our lives with that same curiosity, that same drive to learn and create. So, to everyone listening, what problems are you passionate about solving? What's your contribution to the world going to be?
Food for thought, isn't it? The world is full of challenges waiting for innovative solutions. And who knows, maybe the next groundbreaking invention is just around the corner.
Maybe it's brewing in one of our listeners' minds right now. Well, that about wraps it up for this deep dive. As always, thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep those innovative sparks flying.
See you next time.